Hey YouTube, Parson Rick here. Happy Father's Day to everybody that applies to. And just sitting in here in my garage. It's kind of windy outside, so I'm attaching a couple more videos. One will show the house of Calabash and some tobacco I got up there yesterday. Got some tobacco from my oldest son today for Father's Day. I'm gonna use my new Peterson I got in Dublin with some of the House of Calabash Grandeur. I was telling him that I was looking for the smell that my great-grandfather had, and he got down on his knees and started grubbing through and grabbed out this bag, and he said, well, this is as close as I can get to the original Grandeur mixture. It's a 30-year-old mix. And so I'm going to give it a try. It has almost no smell. What it has is just slightly sweet. And so I'm going to smoke it with a cedar stick here. Amy Mack was asking about that. Show you a little bit here. There's your missus. Using a natural beeswax candle to light it, so there's no odor. I got a real thin piece here. It's like burning a piece of paper. Of course, the cedar and the beeswax doesn't impart any lighter or match flavors onto the tobacco. Oh. What's it smell like? Nothing yet. It just has a real mild flavor. Yeah, just his tobaccos are all natural. They don't have any, I'm sorry, I see the lights playing around here. They don't have any chemicals, anything like that in them. It's just pure tobacco. First time I've been up there, but Sue Dunhill raves about the place. I don't know, I've been trying to smoke this Peterson with the filter in it, and it's just kind of frustrating to me. I might have to just forego it. Or I might switch them over to the Savinelli filters, except I've got like 50 of these. I don't have any problem with the Savinellis, but these are a round artificial one. I've had a couple other videos where I've just had trouble getting a draw at all through it. I'll pull it out. And of course, it's probably me not knowing what I'm doing again. Christian Jeffress made me this tamper. There we are. Yeah, not overpowering flavor of any kind, just tobacco.
It's pleasant.
Wife says it's pleasant. My son wants me to introduce a new term when judging tobacco. We know about tin note or baggy note and room note. He wants to introduce a new category for judging tobaccos, and that's beard note. After you've smoked a bowl or two of a certain tobacco, how does it smell in your mustache? When you take your shower and it gets wet, how does it smell then? I thought that was a pretty good category. Because some of them smell kind of smell better when they get wet in your hair than they do when you're smoking them. Might also be a gentleman, assuming none of the ladies have a mustache to speak of. We might have to have that category judged by a significant other. How does this smell, honey? And if you've been married for any length of time, they'll say, I'm not falling for that. Oh. Well, House of Calabash, Grandeur, there's ostensibly the original Granger mixture. Quite pleasant.
I think it smells a lot like my Uncle Dwayne's pipe tobacco.
The wife says it smells like her Uncle Dwayne's pipe tobacco. So Sue Dunhill, thanks for sending me up there. If any of you recall my 100 sub giveaway, I had people pick places for me to go in Oregon, and then I took the map with those places on them and went to the shooting range. Well, Sue didn't win that, but I went there anyway. So the attached clips will show the House of Calabash and what I got there. And then the reason we went up there is a friend of mine desperately wants an Indian motorcycle, and they were having demo rides. So we went up there and got to ride a couple of Indians. I'll still stick with a Harley. But he loved the one he wanted. I did ride one that if you were to, I've been riding since I was 6, so that's like 9 years. And if you were to take all those years of riding and all those hundreds of thousands of miles and design a bike that is exactly the opposite of what I like, I rode that bike. And man, I couldn't hardly get it around a corner. The windshield cut me right here across the eyes and just distorted my vision. I couldn't make a corner, couldn't find the gears. Well, the next bike I rode was just, absolutely perfect. So, but holy cow, I hadn't had an experience like that for a while, and I didn't enjoy it. But we got to stop at the House of Calabash and had a good trip, had a good Father's Day. Hope you all did too. And Sue, here's my response to your request on my 100 sub giveaway. So, God bless. Parson Rick out.
A little something for Sue Dunhill.
So YouTube, Parson Rick again. Stopped at the House of Calabash. Didn't take any video inside. There was other customers and stuff like that. But had a nice talk with, I believe, Stephen, the tobacconist in there. And he recommended these for me. The one on the bottom right, I was telling him that, I was looking for my grandpa's smell, and he said, got down on his knees, dug under a cabinet, came out with a baggie. He said, well, many years ago, I rounded this one up, and he said it's the original Granger's blend, as close as he could replicate it. So, gave me some of that, and the one up above it is English. It's 30 years old, so is the Granger. And the Wild Boar up on the upper left is 9 years old, and it's a Latakia blend. And the The one from Meerschaum's, the Select, down here on the bottom left. Really smooth. The Granger and the Select here has almost no odor to it. So we'll smoke them and see how they go. Hey YouTube, Parson Rick here. We're up in Vancouver, Washington. They're having Indian demo rides today. Group just got back in. I'm going to be leaving out with my buddy here in a minute. And ran into a fellow pipe smoker. So we're going to be taking some of these out in a minute. So you biker dudes, you can just rule a little bit here. And I'm riding a vintage, which is like this green and white one up here probably. You can ride as many different ones as you want. This is just the first one I'm riding. Looks pretty comfy. Either of those two there.
I'm not letting it get me down.
So, I'll be back in a bit.